Hello, I'm Siddharth Ananta, and this is Seeing for the Blind. Take a look at this image. This is 20/200 vision, and this is what 285 million people have to deal with every day. These people are legally blind, meaning that they see an image like this or worse even with their glasses and contacts on. Out of these people, 39 million are fully blind, meaning that they cannot see whatsoever. Regardless of what type of blindness you have, it is almost impossible to go through your daily life as you do not have a sense of navigation. You won't be able to understand what your surroundings are. Now, the goal is to create a product that can allow the blind to understand the surroundings and have their own sense of navigation. And there are some solutions that are already out there that do accomplish this task, including human guides, dog guides, cane, and even therapy. However, they lack distance, tire the user, or only on important objects at ground level. They're expensive, inaccessible, unportable, and they don't specifically tell you what the objects you're looking at are. Now, a solution to this problem that solves all these flaws while still giving the blind a sense of spatial awareness is Seeing for the Blind. This is a device that I created that uses echolocation and machine learning to give the blind an understanding of their surroundings. Now, it works in three components, the first of which being eye-level optical analysis. The eye-level optical analysis component of this project uses echolocation to find the distance between the user and an obstacle or object in front of them, and it is within this upper 15-degree field of view. Now, it works by having a sonar which measures the distance, which is attached to a pair of glasses, and the sonar is connected to an Arduino microcontroller. And the microcontroller is powered by a mobile battery pack. This is what the apparatus looks like, and this is what it looks like on the right. This is what it looks like when it is worn. Now, the sonar will measure the distance between the user and the obstacle in front, in this case, the wall. And the sonar will measure, and the measurement will be sent to the Arduino microcontroller for analysis. And then the Arduino will give out an output in this form of sound. Here's a demonstration. So as I walk towards the obstacle, which in this case is the wall, the pitch of each beep will start to increase, and the time in between each beep, that will decrease. So it gives the blind a sense that they are coming closer and closer towards an object. Now, with this I have eye-level optical analysis, which is great. Now I know whether there is something in front of me. So if I'm walking on the street, I can tell if there's like a person in front of me or a wall. However, I won't know if there is a curb, if I'm walking up to a curb or even a staircase. Now, the solution for that is stage 2, which is ground level optical analysis. And it works the same way, except it is simply just on the shoes. The sonars are attached to a 3D printed rig, which are velcroed onto the shoe. And once again, it is connected to an Arduino microcontroller, which is situated in this belt pouch. So the sonars measure, the Arduino analyzes, and it will give an output, this time in the form of vibration. So as I walk towards an obstacle, the duration of the vibration, or the length of each pulse of vibration, will increase as I come closer to the obstacle. Now, together, using both auditory and sensory feedback, the blind are able to understand the surroundings. They're able to understand where an obstacle is in front of them and where it is in relation to their position. While this is very useful, it still doesn't tell the blind what specifically these objects are. Now, stage 3 solves this by telling the user exactly what is in front of them. So here's the original sonar from stage 1 that's on the glasses. Below it is an optical camera. Now, this will be taking a continuous set of images and will send it via a cable to a Raspberry Pi. Now, this Raspberry Pi computer has a pre-programmed Python code on it that will take in the image input from the camera and analyze it in a deep learning neural network for object recognition. So let's say, for example, a water bottle is being shown in the camera. It will then be put into the neural network, and the computer will then identify this object to be a water bottle. So then the Python code will drive it to give an audio output of the words water bottle, and this will come out of the speaker. In this case, in the demo model, is using a speaker as an audio output. However, for the consumer model, the consumer can plug in their own headphones. Now, it is also important to note that the sonar and the camera are pointing in the same direction. This means that the distance measurement that the user hears is also the measurement towards the object that the camera is identifying. Now, this is groundbreaking. So I would recommend you to just close your eyes and just think about all the objects around you in the room that you're sitting in right now, and think about what you need to what do you need to know to really understand your surroundings. You need to know what the object that's right in front of you is, or anywhere around you is, and you need to know how far away it is from you, so that you can kind of create a mental image of your surroundings. What this is doing is now the object that I am looking at is the same object that I'm getting the distance with for. So I can close my eyes and I can look at it, I can point my head towards an object and I can identify the object that's in front of me. And I can also get an audio feedback of the distance to that object. So now I can look at anywhere in my surroundings, and I can understand what is there and where it is in relation to me, so that I have a better understanding of my surroundings. Now here is a demonstration.
Wolf, couch, wolf, person. Potted plant, couch, person. Wolf, 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 wolf. Wine glass. Laptop. Suitcase.
So as you can see, it has identified multiple objects in the frame, including books, people, wine glasses, laptops, couches, chairs. These common household objects will be identified by the neural network, and it is along with the distance measurement that they can fully understand what their surroundings are. Now, this basically allows the blind to understand what specific objects are around them. But we can take this one more step further by allowing this to identify faces. So this neural network has been pre-trained to identify certain faces. So here we have one face, and in the same way that the device will identify objects, identify this face to be the name Vikram. Here is a demonstration of this. Now with facial recognition, the user isn't able to identify loved ones around them. So with the object identification system, the distance system, and the facial recognition system, the user is then able to really get a sense of their surroundings. They're able to know where objects are in front of them and where objects are in front of them and what they are, and they're also able to understand and know where loved ones are around them, so they can then find their way around easily. Now, this product has the goal of giving the blind the best sense of vision that they possibly can. So we can't really bring back complete sight and restore it to the blind, but we can give them the best we can do. Now, that is the best, of course, for now. In the future, I want to make everything wireless. I want to have everything connected via Bluetooth to a belt pouch on the belt, so that it's easier to walk around and move with. I also want to make this a little more portable and a little more subtle, so that it can then be easier when released to the public very shortly. And I also want to grow the neural network to recognize a greater variety of objects and recognize them at a faster rate. Because currently, the object identification is working at 1 or 2 frames per second. But this can be optimized on the Raspberry Pi. Now, if we were to take the total cost of every material in the project, it would cost a total of $60. Now, the most expensive components are the computers. So when mass produced, the price of this cost can go down as the computers and all the components would become more specialized. So the estimates put the production model price at about $5 to $10. So having a product that is in the single digits is incredibly useful, as 90% of the blind live in third world countries. Now, we don't just want to service this 10% of the people. In the United States, we are very fortunate to have many aids available to those who are visually impaired. However, in third world countries, it's a lot more rough. The aids that are given to the blind are no more than just a tree branch used as a white cane. So, having a product that is so cheap and being able to service 90% of the people of the world the world population, that is really something that we can do for the good of humanity, to have a high-tech product and give it to people who otherwise couldn't afford the solutions we have currently. Now, to finish off, I'd like to show a video of a visually impaired girl using this product.
Can you tell that it's in front of a wall?
Yeah.
You want to try without the cane now?
What?
You want to try without the cane now?
Sure.
Alright, so I can go for this. So walk towards me. Go for it.